of you, my dear little children. We've gathered here today to celebrate the eve of Makar Sankranti. We are all ready with a small little speech on Makar Sankranti, and we are going to have 3 groups over here. We have Soham, Shashank, Tanmay in the senior group. We have Parth, Ishita, Sriniket, Anas, Chahat, and Akhil in one group. And we have Rakshit, Naitik, Nevedya, Omansh, Arav, and Vivan in the third group. We will start with Vivan today. Okay, our upcoming pilot. Shashank and Vivan are 2 upcoming pilots. Maybe in future we will be sitting on their planes.
Good evening, everyone. I want to speak about Makar Sankranti, very famous Hindu festival. On this day, sun starts rising on the north. We must eat a tilgur and teladu good petha. We must take a sun bath, then we can be a strong people in or take a holy bath in the river. We must eat a khichdi and a dahi chuda. We distribute gifts from in Brahman. Children enjoy festival flying kites in the sky. I love this festival very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Vivan. Very well said. And thank you. It was great knowing about you. All of you can just give a big hand for Vivan. Rakshit.
Good evening, everyone. I am Rakshit from OFFBEAT spoken English class. I am telling few lines about Makar Sankranti. We pray to God's son. We celebrate Makar Sankranti on 14th of January. All the North Indians take a bath in river Ganga. We fly kites on Makar Sankranti. In South India, we celebrate Makar Sankranti as Pongal. Thank you.
Thank you, dear. Very nicely said. Yes, Omansh, can we hear you?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am, and good evening, my dear friends. I speak Makar Sankranti. Makar Sankranti is Hindu festival. This festival is celebrated on 14th and 15th January every year. On this day, people take bath in holy river like Ganga. India is land of festival. Children enjoy this day to flying kites. In this day, we worship the sun god. Thank you.
Thank you, dear. Very well said. Very confident. Happy Makar Sankranti, dear. Very well said and very confident. Yes, Nevedya.
Good evening, everyone. Myself, Nevedya, student of class 1D, is going to speak about Makar Sankranti. Makar Sankranti is a popular festival of India. It is celebrated by Hindus. Makar means Capricorn, Sankranti means transition. It is the first day of sun's transition to Capricorn. On this day, we fly kites and eat dishes made up of til and jaggery. Doing charity is one of the most important part of this festival. We donate wheat, rice, and sweets to the needy people. Magh Mela is organized on this day every 12 years at Prayag. It is also known as Kite Festival. We wear new clothes and enjoy a lot. I like this festival very much. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Nevedya, and lots of information which rarely we come to know about. Thank you for sharing such a wonderful speech. Thank you. Yes, next online we will invite Netik. Yes, Netik, are you there? Yes.
Good evening, everyone. I am Natik Naman of class 1D. First of all, happy Makar Sankranti to all of you. Now I am going to tell something about Makar Sankranti. Makar refers to the constellation that is Rashi Capricorn. Sun means good and Kranti means revolution or change. Makar Sankranti is the day the sun enters the Makar Capricorn Rashi. It marks the day the sun starts moving north and Uttarayan, the half of the year characterized by increasing daylight begins. Makar Sankranti is a Hindu festival which is celebrated on 14th January every year. In this festival, we observe the transition of the sun into Capricorn. In this festival, we worship the sun god and observe holy baths in rivers. It is believed that taking a holy dip in the river Ganga on Makar Sankranti washes all our sins. Children enjoy this day by flying kites and eating sweets. Makar Sankranti is the celebration of the harvest festival. We all know that spring is the most pleasant of all seasons. It is accompanied by pleasant weather, calm winds, and a sunny but not scorching weather. All of these reasons together make spring the perfect season to grow crops and sustain high crops yield. This day is considered to be the most important harvest day of India. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Netik. Parth, to say a few lines about Makar Sankranti. Yes, Parth.
Okay, ma'am. Hello, everyone. I am Parthiranya. Today, I would like to say few lines about Makar Sankranti. Makar Sankranti is a Hindu festival that is celebrated on 14 January every year. In this festival, we worship sun god and take holy dip in Ganga. From this day, sun starts moving towards northern hemisphere. This festival is also known as Kite Festival and people fly kites on this day. One of the sports held on this festival is kite flying competition. Children enjoy this sport and sky is full of kites. Children enjoy eating sweets like tilka laddu, gajak, etc. Makar Sankranti is celebrated in the whole country with different names. Like in Assam, it is Magh Bihu. In Tamil Nadu, it is known as Pongal. In Gujarat, it is Khichdi. And in Punjab, it is Lohri. People decorate their homes with rangoli and flowers. Magh Mela is organized on Makar Sankranti. We distribute sweets, wheat, and clothes to needy persons. It is believed that if we help others, that happiness also comes in our life. This festival marks the importance of togetherness, sweetness. I love this festival very much and wish you a very happy Makar Sankranti. Thank you and Makar Sankranti.
Thank you. Happy Makar Sankranti, dear Parth.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Aragarwal. Today, I will tell about Makar Sankranti. Makar Sankranti is a popular festival of India. It is celebrated on every year. On this day, sun changes his marks to Makar Rashi. Children enjoy this day by flying kite and eating sweet. On this day, person donate wheat and sweets. The different part of the country celebrate this festival differently. People decorate their house with flowers and rangolis. Makar Sankarti spread the message of togetherness and harmony. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Arav. I'm happy Makar Sankranti and very well tried and very nicely you've said the whole paragraph. Very good. Thank you, dear. Yes. Next in line, I will invite Ishita to say a few lines about Makar Sankranti.
Hello everyone. Good evening to respected ma'am and all my friends. Today I am going to tell about some lines on Makar Sankranti. And this is my project.
Okay, very beautiful, very nice. Okay.
The sun rises with new hope. Kites fly with vigor. Crops are ready to harvest it, all denoting hope, joy, and abundance. India is the land of festival. Makar Sankranti is one of the most significant festivals of the Hindu religion, and it is also known as Uttarayan. It is celebrated on 14th or 15th January every year. On this day, sun changes his mark to Makar Rashi. It is the festival which is celebrated across the country with different name and anthems. On this day, the Mega Mela is also organized. People enjoy and decor their home with flower, and they also do various activities like dancing, singing, and enjoying the dishes, which is especially made up of til and jaggery. People also fly kites and enjoy the festival with their family and friends. They wear new clothes and visit their relatives to take blessings and wishes. Throw your dream into the space like a kite. Hope you soar high, just like the colorful kites that dot the sky. People celebrate the festival by taking holy dip in the river in the morning and offering prayer to the sun, which is considered as God. It believes that taking bath in river Ganga and Yamuna on Makar Sankranti can wash your all sins and help to attain salvation. Look outside. It is so pleasant. Sun is smiling for you. Trees are dancing for you. Birds are singing for you because I requested them to all wish you happy Makar Sankranti.
Thank you, dear. Happy Makar Sankranti and very well written. And I like the throw and presentation you had. Very nicely said. Yes. Next online, I will invite Akhil to say a few lines. Yes, dear Akhil.
Good evening, everyone. Today I am going to say some lines about Makar Sankranti. Makar Sankranti is a major festival in India. It is celebrated by many. It is celebrated mainly by the Hindu community. It is celebrated in many states by different names. In the western states of Punjab and Haryana, the festival is called Lohri. It is called Veda Ponda in Maharashtra and Goa. In many places, fairs are also held on Makar Sankranti. Children love to go to the Makar Sankranti fair a long winter, it is the day when they can go out and play. They fly kites all day long. People bath in rivers and thank the sun god for
about Makar Sankranti. Yes, Sriniket.
Good evening, everyone. I am Sriniket. I am from Chennai. I am studying at 4th standard. Today I am going to say a speech of Makar Sankranti. Makar Sankranti. In North India, we celebrate Makar Sankranti, and in South India, we celebrate Pongal. We celebrate Makar Sankranti on 14th January. It is the first festival of the year. In this festival, we get turmeric casserole and sugarcane, etc. Harvesting is done by Pongal, Sankarti. In West Bengal, they make pita, which is made up of rice and kova. In North India, they make many sweet dishes. In North Indians, they make thin laddu khichdi with pakoda. We worship sun god. We fly kites in North India. In South India, we celebrate it as Pongal. We put very beautiful rangolis, which is very big. We put many colors in rangolis. We eat Pongal, which is a sweet dish. We celebrate Pongal for 3 days. By this, we celebrate our day. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, dear Sriniket. Okay, we will start with the next participant. Shrivats, can we hear you, dear?
Hello everyone, my name is Srivats Rathi. I am going to say a speech about Makar Sankranti. Makar Sankranti Kite Festival. The Makar Sankranti is on 14th of January every year. We fly kites, eat sweets, and we do many things. Makar Sankranti is dedicated to Lord Surya, the Sun Lord, and translate into Makara, Capricorn, Rashi.
Okay, thank you, dear Shrivats. Next, I will invite Anas to say a few lines about Makar Sankranti.
Hello everybody, I am Anas. Today we are celebrating the kite festival Makar Sankranti. Makar Sankranti, the pan-India festival known by various names, is celebrated on 14th of January. Makar Sankranti comes under solar month of Makar and lunar month of Megh as per the Hindu calendar. People fly kites under the sun to celebrate the festival in many parts of India. As a part of important spiritual practice on the day of festival, people take holy bath in rivers. Every 12 years, Kumbh Mela is organized, and on the day of Makar Sankranti, millions of people go to Prayag for the bath and offerings of prayers. Offering of prayers of Lord Sun. Many people on a auspicious occasion of Makar Sankranti exchange sweet made up of jaggery and till to express love and joy. Makar Sankranti is somewhat similar to the Thanksgiving festival celebrated in western part of the world. The day marks the end of winter season, which is known for infection and sickness. Early morning sun on the day of festival help people in getting rid of the harmful bacteria. Makar Sankranti has the regional and his is celebrated with different costume and traditionals across India. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, dear Anas. Next, I will call Chahat to say a few lines about Makar Sankranti. Yes, Chahat.
Hello everyone. I am Chahat and today I am going to tell some lines about Makar Sankranti. Makar Sankranti is the festival of happiness. This festival is memorable for us. The festival also marks the end of winter and the beginning of a new harvest season. Makar Sankranti means the festival of kite. Like all the festivals, Makar Sankranti also have a special dish. It is curd with planted rice. The Makar Sankranti day started with cleaning yourself with bathing and does the prayer of God's son. Then all the men and kids eat the breakfast and fly the kites. I don't know what else to do in Makar Sankranti, but I know that this festival is celebrated from heart and get the blessings from God's son. Thank you. Happy Makar Sankranti to all of my friends.
Thank you, dear Chahat, and very well said. And see, this is what good speech is about. You attract people in your voice. Your voice modulation is superb. Very nice. Yes. Next in line, I will call the senior children, I think, who have done a lot of waiting, I think so. And now it is time to invite you. Yes, Tanmay, are you there? Can we hear you?
Throw your dreams into space like a kite, and you do not know what it will bring back. A new life, a new friend, a new love, a new country. Good evening, everybody present here. Today, I, Tanmay Kedia, is going to present a short speech on Makar Sankranti. Makar Sankranti, a festival dedicated to the sun god, is one of the most ancient Hindu festivals celebrated across India with much fanfare. The festival marks the beginning of the auspicious period of Uttarayan. All over the country, people perform puja to Lord Surya. Sweets made from jaggery called gazak and sesame are consumed on this day. People also believe it is auspicious to cook and eat khichdi on the occasion of Makar Sankranti. People fly kites for this festival that marks the arrival of spring season. In different parts of the country, Makar Sankranti is celebrated in different ways. In some areas, people exchange sweets and greetings, while others take holy deep in the river. Kite flying is an intrinsic part of Makar Sankranti celebration. Colorful kites adorn the sky from the morning of Makar Sankranti. This day also marks the end of winter and celebrates the harvest of the Rabi crop. According to some beliefs, the tradition of kite flying on Makar Sankranti is being carried out so that people are exposed to the sun rays. The exposure to initial rays of the sun is considered beneficial to health as it is good source of vitamin D. Besides, people also believe that kite flying is a way of thanking the god as it is considered that gods away from their sleep on Makar Sankranti after a period of 6 months. Kite flying can be witnessed across different parts of the country, but it is all mostly done with great enthusiasm in Gujarat and Rajasthan. Months before Makar Sankranti, people start making kites at their homes in Gujarat. The event is celebrated in Gujarat as the International Kite Festival. Ahmedabad has been hosting the International Kite Festival since 1989. Tourists from across India and other countries flock to Gujarat for this joyous occasion. Thousands of colorful kites take over the sky in Rajasthan. The beautiful skylines of cities such as Jodhpur and Udaipur become even more mesmerizing on Makar Sankranti.
Thank you, dear. And lots of information we could gather from Tanmay's speech. Very well said. Thank you, dear. Very well prepared. Yes, next I'll invite Soham to continue with his speech on Makar Sankranti. Yes, Soham.
Good evening, everyone. Today, I, Soham Chavda, from the senior batch of the tuitions, I am going to speak a few lines about Makar Sankranti, one of my favorite festivals. It's that time of the year when the sky is filled with colors from kites, air is filled with aromas of various dishes, and roofs are filled with people trying to hustle in the sky. Kite flying is the most important part of Makar Sankranti. Many kids try to fly their kites. Many succeed and many fail in this task. But the most important thing is to never give up. To me, kite flying is the ultimate activity that requires patience to learn. I have learned many things in my life, and I am continuously learning them. But learning how to fly a kite was one of the hardest tasks I think I have ever done, because it requires an immense amount of patience. I remember when I was in class 7, I didn't know how to fly a kite. I tried tirelessly doing it every day. And I used to I used to tear the kites because of my loss of patience and because of my anger. But as I matured slowly, I learned that this would do nothing to me. And the next year, I was introduced to my neighbor Rishi Bhaiya, who had a very good hand for flying. He taught me for a year. Then I became an amateur kite flyer. Pro tip: if you want to be really good at sensing the direction of air to fly a kite, get bald. Trust me, it will it will upper your sense up it will uh, if you get bored, your sense of the wind will go up to 10 times. Trust me. Kite flying can be associated with success. At the starting, success is not very easy. You have to hustle to get to the top. Wind may not be present every time. You have to wait for the right time and fly your way to success. You also have to be sharp, or else someone else will steal your place. So I would advise you all to also fly kites. Thank you and happy Makar Sankranti. P.S. I may have gone a little overboard with kites.
Thank you, dear Soham. It was wonderful getting such wonderful tips from you, from sensing the breeze to getting bald, and such overwhelming thoughts which came across your mind. Yes, next in line, I'll invite Divit to say a few lines about Makar Sankranti.
Makar Sankranti is celebrated with lots of fun and enjoyment. It is celebrated on 14 January. On this day, the transition to Capricorn is the sun transition to Capricorn. We worship the sun god and observe holy bath. On this day, we fly kites and eat lots of sweets. Makar Sankranti names have many names like Magh Bihu, Uryanand, Pongal. Yes, sir. On this day, on Trivani Sargam, 3 holy rivers meet on a point. Thank you.
Okay, so that was very short. Divit is just a bit confused, I think so, with joining in immediately and being asked to speak. No problem. Yes, last but not the least, I will invite Shashank. And before we end, I will just tell you the reason why I organized this speech competition on Makar Sankranti. If you have to just ask any child over here, present over here, to talk about Christmas, I don't think any one of you will need a preparation. Will you? You can just speak at least 5 to 10 lines about Christmas without even knowing or without even discussing with your parents. But when it comes to talking about Makar Sankranti, I think all the children will hesitate to do it immediately and to be a part of the program. You need time to prepare, isn't it? So that is the reason I thought that children should be made aware of your own Indian culture, rich culture of India, and you should know about the festivals of India. Yes, it is a bit confusing when it comes to Makar Sankranti because different names are given in different places. So, but rather than being confused, I think we should gain some knowledge, and we are well acquainted with it today. And thank you for being a part of the show. Each one of you was so special, all 17 of you. And last but not the least, yes, Shashank, we would like to end the show with your speech, and I know you're going to be special. Yes, dear.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, people. Imagine jumping out of a skydiving plane and discovering your parachute doesn't work. Just like that, imagine India without festivals. Today, I, Shashank Singh of class 9 is going to present before you an article on Makar Sankranti. The presence of this festival can be dated back to the early years of Mahabharata. Several scholars can vouch for the mention of Makar Sankranti or Maga in the famous epics of Mahabharata. During this time of the year, Pongal is celebrated in South India. It also marks the beginning of the harvest season for the South Indians. However, due to the different crop yielding patterns and ancestral lineages, the celebration is different from north to south, Indian Makar Sankranti. The two festivals bear semblance but are vastly different from one another. The devotees of sun god and the river goddess begin their days with a Surya Namaskar and takes dip in the cold water of the Ganga. The dips are taken by the adherent devotees to wash off the sins that they might have committed in their lives. In Gujarat, Makar Sankranti is called Uttarayan. It begins the end of the winter solstice and celebrates the ending of the longest night in the month of winter. Kites are flown in the skies and various parts of Gujarat, and that people revel in different festivities across the state. The month of Makar Sankranti is called Posh in the lunar calendar. It is named Dhanu in the solar calendar. Bengalis abide by the lunar calendar and have month-long celebrations called Posh Sankranti. This festival celebrates the harvest of the rice that is harvested. First crop is a common place of celebration across the country. It may have several names, but the spirit of the festivities remain the same. Thank you and Merry Makar Sankranti to all.
Yes, Merry Makar Sankranti to you also, dear. And it was wonderful having each one you over here. And thank you for all the different kind of informations we could gather, from kite flying, from being bald to eating gajak and laddus, and from taking holy baths. Thank you once again, and bye-bye, and happy Makar Sankranti once again.